join in and let me know whether you can hear me or not. All right. Okay. The agenda for today. Let's look at that. We'll be covering today. There was a question someone sent me today regarding about what is the target price for Genting Singapore from a fundamental and chart wise, and my answer here was actually to Google Genting SGX target price, but I'm going to go into depth in here. There's also a second question in here. Let me just highlight this again. First question was the target price for Genting, and the other one was will a forex benefit us if we buy Singapore share? Okay, I'm going to talk about these two questions in here, and when we finish with that, we're going to go to look at a couple of stocks that people sent in, Alam and KNN. For Steve, you want me to take a look at Benelec, Dayang and Media. So that's going to be our agenda for our 25 minutes Friday chart clinic. Alright, is that okay with you? Alright, is that okay, people, with this? Okay, I hear some feedback. Can you hear me? Okay, is that alright? Can you hear me? Okay. Alright, yes, okay. We got some Linda in here. Okay, that's how we're going to be talk about. Well, before we start, I'm just going to get Bill to come in here, probably just give you an update on what's happening to the scenario and what's happening to the world. Alright, just hang on a minute. Alright, Bill is here now. We can get him to say a few words about the market. Okay. Meanwhile, let me just look at the market now. Okay, Bill, here you go. No, there's no stool. You just talk, Bill. I'll get you a stool, Bill.
It's all right. Good morning, everybody. This is Bill, and I have something I wish to share with you. And I'd like to report that our portfolios are doing quite well now. We're still making good income on the portfolios, and we're not overly exposing ourselves. And there's one concern I have, and I'd say some of you guys who have accounts with us are concerned that we're having too high of a cash level. Well, I have some comments for you on that, and I'm going to post something up on the premium section of the blog for you guys to read. It's from Seth Klarman, who is a very prominent hedge fund manager, equity fund manager, who's performed quite well. He's in the same league as Warren Buffett, and he's Anthony Bolton. And here's his words. He wrote this, just recently posted. He said, "The painful decision to hold cash." Now, at this time, we have two alternatives. We can go into the market, and the market's trading at a historical high, or we can hold cash. Now, if we go into the market, go fully loaded on the equity side, fully invested, what can happen? The market can keep going higher and not go down. And if you think that's going to happen, okay, be fully invested. Because in the low income environment where money market funds and bonds pay less than inflation, if you hold cash, you're losing money. However, here's the thing. If you believe that markets will revert to the mean, and this is a historical thing that's happened in the KLSC over the last 30 years, markets that become overbought and trade at extremes will revert to the mean. Now, if you believe that and are willing to hold back your horses, hold back on your greed, just be in the cash and wait till the market gets at a better level and we can pick up bargains at a much better price. And I have something here that Seth Klarman says at the end of the article. He says, "I prefer to miss a lost opportunity than lose capital." And lose capital. And and he says this, "I would rather lose half of my shareholders than lose half of my shareholders' money. Now, if you're so anxious to get in the market, go ahead, but the odds are against you. Please be patient, be prudent, be careful, and I think we will wait till the mean reversion, which could happen in October or September. September is usually seasonally the most weakest time of the year for the KLSE. So please be patient. Don't be so anxious to jump in and then wind up getting slaughtered. And with that, do have a good weekend, and so on, and we'll see you next week.
All right, thanks a lot, Bill. That's Bill want to say for us. Okay. All right. That's I have to talk up then. Okay. So what we want to do? Okay, I'll just put it next to me. So what we want to do now is actually look at the Genting prices in here. The target price from fundamental and as well chart wise. Now, one way to actually look at it is very simple. You can actually Google. This is what I do. You really Google and put it into the Google here, and you just try it out. See what you get for the Google prices. So that's the key thing. Just want to show you here, and you put it in, and you hit the target price. So that's one way of the fast way of getting it. You will see some prices in here. 15th of August, second quarter. What else in here? Target of 210. DCI. 210 in here. Genting. There are some will be lower. I believe I even saw one at $1.60 in here, $1.70 from $1.55. So you do see some of this target price in here. But I just want to draw your attention. One report that I pick it up from the so-called analyst report that you have is the from CIMB. Okay. Now CIMB in here, you have to make sense of what we do see in all this. Now, lately, I also noticed a lot of this report that is coming up are more very short term. This more like trading buys, and they keep coming up report almost every month. So this is as good as trading. Now, believe me, the average holding period from what I've seen so far has been around 2 months. Okay, would you all agree to that? How long is your average trading holding period? Can someone tell me? What's your average holding period? Okay, I'd like to hear your feedback here. Okay, what is your average holding period for trading? Okay, do you hold it more than a year? Do you hold it for 2 months? Do you hold it for 2 years? Okay, we got some coming in. Good. Chris just said 1 to 3 months. Okay, any more? 1 to 2 months, 3 months, less than a month. Okay, so that's has been the trend what we've seen so far, which is quite true even based on my so-called study. The people I've talked to, average holding period are just 2 months. So a lot of this CIMB report are cater for that. Now, if you hold it for 2 months, depending on what time frame you are investing, you may just miss out the big run. That is why, if you look back at the performance that you had, you should do well. Okay, meaning you should have at least from now on a return at least 10%. Okay, if you're trading the 1 to 3 month time frame, because do know that the transaction cost is also eating into it. Okay, you should do well so far as much. How have you been doing so far? Your performance? May I just want to know how well is it? Okay, Linda, thanks. 6 to 18 months. How long has your portfolio been performing so far? Okay, that's my next question that I have for you. Okay, let me just put in here. That's my question. Okay, Linda is doing well. Okay, anyone else? How's your portfolio been doing so far? Okay, just come back to that one. Now, most of the analyst report that you do see on the top side, you will see there is actually a target price in here. For this case, which this report is targeted on August 13, on gaming on Singapore G13, it is actually targeted $60. So that price actually came up. There's still some upside. Now, if you look at it on Genting, let me just. Okay, you look at Genting share. Let's look at Genting shares. now where we are. Okay, this is Genting share. Let me look at Genting share. Genting, let me get the code first for Genting. I believe it's SIG 13. Okay, now this is Genting shares as we see. Okay, let me just pull it up. Now, very interesting. On my blog, I did make a comment sometime back. Let me just pull out the chart I was going to talk to you about. Is this recent files here? Let me see. I was going to show you this. Let's come back to you. Just trying to get my PowerPoint here. This is a thing I can't. Okay. Okay. Is it? Just can't get my PowerPoint. I was going to show you is a posting that I did some time back. That was on Genting SGX. Okay. Let me just look from here. That's the easiest on my blog here. Revisiting. Okay. Now this is the one. I want to show you this. Why we should use volume spread analysis. Okay, now on the July 30th, okay, July 30th, just move this aside. On July 30th, you could see my posting here. Okay, my posting here says that we are very close to the bottom. Okay, we are very close to the bottom here. So we're very close at the bottom in here. So because judging from the ultra high volume in here. So that's what is important to pay attention to volume in here. And we are actually, okay, we got some comments here. Okay. JC, keep going. Is it good buy? Alright, good. Now Peter, why you want to buy JCY? Okay. Well, we'll talk about that later, okay? This is a volume that we are looking for. Okay, the ultra high volume as we see in here. So that's why when we pay notices, this is on the premium subscription side. You can see that I talk about the Genting was really close to the bottom due to the volume that we see in here. Now, when we see that compare, that's what we saw on my posting July 13, which is actually no July. What date was that? July 30th, that's right, July 30th. So we did actually time the market quite pretty well. This is July 30th here, right? July 30th. So we did see. So my point here is when you see volume in here, you have a double bottom, markets begin to resume up. So you got $60 in here. On the technical side, we are looking at what price? We are looking at possible around 155. Okay, 150. That's the level in here because you got, if you switch this to a weekly chart, okay, you will see that we have support here at 155. Okay, 155. Now to learn all this, we are actually doing a VSA course by Gavin on September 22nd. I hope to see some of you coming in here. This is the first time you're seeing Gavin will be flying all to US, bringing some of the VSA experts. You'll be talking a lot about the volume spread analysis, and they're able to pick what I did sometime back in July 30th for Genting. That's no ordinary skill. That's actually learning to read from the volume spread analysis. So don't miss out. He's only coming here from only a short period in here, only September 22nd and September 21st. I believe the date is here. You can take a look at that one. Okay, September 22nd in KL and September 15 and 16 in Singapore. So don't miss that one. This is certainly a good event where we'll actually teach you how to trade and how to be able to pick the Genting stocks that we have. So going back on volume spread analysis again here, we are looking at 155. That's the most, which also concurred with the fundamental target at 160. Okay. So it's also important that you want to look at this. The Genting SGX, it's pretty much a trading share. It's not so much of an investing shares because it's a very cyclic thing. If you read this report from the CIMB, you will notice that there are cuts in EPS, cash flows are coming down. Now, if you follow value investing, you would definitely avoid Genting for that reasons. Okay, there are more of this. You can actually look at them, which goes back to my next point I want to talk about is here. Is Forex benefit us if we are buying Singapore share? Of course. What do you think? What does the audience think in here? When you buy Singapore share, make sure your account is denominated in Sing dollars. That is why when we manage our client portfolio that we have for our Singapore clients, your portfolio are